book besties, welcome back to another Clear the Cart challenge. If you guys watched the first one, you would have known the challenge was to read as many books off this cart as I possibly could. I definitely failed. I can't believe how immensely I did fail. Like, it's actually crazy, and I feel like it's because I didn't have any stakes. There was nothing like making sure that I stuck with it. This time around we've added some new rules. First rule is, for every book I clear off the cart, I can put £1 in the jar. They've been on the cart for longer than 6 months, they're gonna be worth £2. And if you're wondering what this jar is and what the hell I'm talking about, that's where rule 2 comes in. I can only purchase books with the money in the jar. So if there is not enough money in the jar, unfortunately I'm not allowed to purchase them. I'm gonna have to read some more books to fill up the jar, or I'm gonna have to go to the library, go join the waiting list with everybody else. I'm hoping it's gonna incentivize me. What's that word? Damn it, why do I never remember how to speak? Anyway, I'm hoping it's gonna make me want to read the books on the cart. Firstly, let's just identify the books that got read. So I managed to get Technically Yours, Savvy Sheldon Feels Good as Hell, and Port Silver Flames off the cart. I started this reading challenge in September last year. What was I even reading? Because I know I read so much last year, but how did I only get 3 books off? I don't know. So anyway, that's why I created this challenge. And honestly, it's a challenge just for me. There's a lot of challenges on this internet right now. There's a lot of challenges out there. Don't stress yourself. You do not have to do this. I'm not telling you to do this, by the way. Unless you want to, that's up to you. But I am doing this for me. But I'm happy for any of you guys to join in. If you are, let me know. If you're not, don't even stress it. It's not that serious. I also have a bonus rule, which is a lot more flexible than the rest of them, and that is I need to read at least 1 book off the shelf a month. And the reason why that's flexible is because obviously life, you hit those slumps, or sometimes you're busy, you don't have time to read. And like, if I have one of those months, I won't stress myself. But if I'm in a month where I'm in my bag for reading and I'm consuming books and I haven't touched one off my shelf, we have a problem. I wonder if I should add like a little penalty for that. I don't know. I'm gonna try and keep it fun. Again, you guys do not have to do this though. If you think it sounds stressful, don't worry. This is just for me. You can just follow along and enjoy my stress for free. Let's go through some of the books on the shelf, because I'm not gonna lie, my cart has literally turned into a little storage system for like random things. I have a broken phone. Oh, I have a card, which I shouldn't share. I just keep throwing random stuff in there. I'm gonna have to take everything off and give it a clean, because there is so much dust and random stuff on here now. And I'll probably just go through some of the books that are on here and like what I've been avoiding. I won't go into too much detail because a lot of these I've already talked about in the first Clear the Cart series. So there is some new additions since then, even though the whole title says I can't buy books, but I think this time around I'm going to stick with it. But here I have the Twisted Love series. These are fake copies, unfortunately, but I'm not going into that again. So the Twisted, did you see the dust? I don't know if you guys saw the dust that comes with that. Oh, I have my drink here. I should probably do that. Wow. Books really just collect dust. These ones I'm worried about because I feel like my taste is evolving a little bit. I don't know if it's that much, to be honest, because I still love a little bit of a twisted romance. So we'll see. The Twisted Love series, I read the first one. I enjoyed it. But everyone has talked about the rest of them are amazing. Twisted Games follows Princess and a Bodyguard, and these are all billionaire romances. We have Twisted Lies, which I don't remember who this follows. He says he'll do anything to have her, including lie. Oh, I remember this one. This one pissed me off. I can't remember what it even follows, but it says Christian Harper, and I know his name sounds familiar to me, but I don't remember what he's done in this book. But I remember feeling like I hated this guy, and I haven't even started the book yet. We also had Twisted Hate, which is one that I was excited to read because it follows the brother from the first book who basically went off to study and become a doctor. It follows Jules, the girl from the first book, one of her friends basically. I don't remember the girl's name because it's been forever. We have the Twisted Love series, which I do want to get into just in case my taste changes. We have Colin Hoover books, which is for the same reason as Twisted Hate. I want to get through before I possibly decide I don't want to read her books anymore. They've been sitting on the shelf for ages. These ones and the ones behind me, they're definitely going to earn me at least £2 per book because they have been on there since I started reading. When I first got into reading, Colin Hoover was one of the first authors. In fact, she wasn't the first author. My first author was Taylor Jenkins Reid, and then when I found Kindle Unlimited, I started getting into Colin Hoover books. If you want messy tea, Colin Hoover's the one for you. However, I think people are trying to stay away from her, so I don't know why. I haven't bothered to get in all the propaganda about the authors. I bought these books after reading a couple of her books. They've just been on my shelf since. So we have Heartbones, Without Merit, All You're Perfect, which these titles are so weird, Ugly Love, and we have November 9th. Can't wait to get to them. Don't remember what they're about. I've read the blurbs of them in my Clear the Cart series. I don't remember what they're about now, which is what always happens. I always get like excited about a book and then I forget what they're about by the time I'm ready to read them, which is nice for when I want to get into them. I have all my Ali Hazelwood books. Ali Hazelwood is actually an author that I want to get into. She is a woman where you very rarely hear bad commentary about her books. The only problem people have is that she pushes them out too fast, and if she spent a bit longer they could be better. I don't know. The last one I read was Checkmate. I did think that book was quite good. I liked how I liked her writing style. I like how she gets like dove in on a subject but also includes a romance. It kind of reminds me of like Kennedy Ryan. Like, she does the same thing where she'll talk about a romance but then somehow she'll also teach you a little bit about like lupus or little intricate details. Like in Ali Hazelwood's book Checkmate, like she talks a lot about chess, and you learn a lot about like how females get treated in chess and rules and all that stuff. Like, it was interesting to read alongside the whole romance. So I am very excited because all of these are all her STEM books basically. So science, technology. I'll insert it on the screen because I don't know. I can't remember for the life of me. So we have Love Hypothesis. synopsis, it follows a professor and a PhD student, and that's all I know the book is about, and I kind of want to keep it that way because I'm going to be reading it very soon. It was in my 10 before the end. Clearly I didn't get to it, so I'll be making like a 24-hour reading vlog where I try to get through the books from my 10 before the end. If you want to see that, then subscribe. We have Love on the Brain. Again, can't remember what it's about. I think these ones are school nemesis. Love theoretically. I think this one, oh my goodness, I think this was the one where I was like, oh my god, is she like a prostitute? Like I think she's like an escort basically. She's an escort who falls in love with the brothers, with her client's brother. I don't know. That one was juicy as well. We have Not in Love. Was this the school nemesis? No, this was the one where there was a big tech company that was trying to take over. I can't remember. And they have like a no strings attached type of romance. Deep End, which follows graduate swimmers. I don't know. I heard a lot of mixed feelings about this. Some people have said it was too spicy. There was no substance in the relationship. Some people were like, that wasn't spicy enough. I thought I was in for more. I am very excited to form my own opinion. So that's my Ali Hazelwood stack. That's all the bottom shelf. Let's go straight to the top. I have Catherine Center books. Now, Catherine Center wasn't like an author that I was like scouting and trying to look out for. I literally picked up these books, impulsive reasons basically. I got this one for £1 and I bought this one to top up my cart. I'm not mad though because there's a YouTuber that I really love and I can't remember her name for the life of me right now, but she has also spoke very highly about Catherine Center books, so I will be giving these over a chance now. So we have Hello Stranger, which I think I'm probably going to get to very soon because it's cold outside, it's snowing outside, and this is giving me snow. It's either snow or stars. I'm not sure. I don't know what this one's about. I know she has face blindness, so she doesn't recognize faces, which if you guys read Alice Feeney Rock Paper Scissors, that was an issue with one of the characters in that book. At least in this case, it's a romance, so I don't have to be scared shitless. I can just enjoy a relationship where she don't remember what he looks like. I think that would be really fun. I love a little disability rep in books. You switch it up in it, like let me experience other people's difficulties. It's fun to read them out. I'll be like, oh my goodness, yeah, that would actually be a problem. I didn't think about that, and all that. Like it helps you build empathy, and it's just nice in it. It's nice to open the mind. And then we also have the rom-commers. This one follows two screenwriters. He is a dick, and she has to help him rewrite his script. I think it's very funny. We have a blurb on here by Emily Henry as well. I think it's just gonna be a fun, like very rom-commy type vibe. I think I actually bought this one because at the time I had just finished Funny Story by Emily Henry, and obviously that was a rom-com, and I was starting to understand like my book taste, and I was like, oh, I really love me a rom-com, which I knew when it came out to movies, but I forgot that, you know, books are quite similar in that sense. That's when I just seen the title of this and said, let's add it to the cart. I don't think it would be a bad read. So Catherine Center book. On the top here we also have first one is The Truth According to Amber, which is a workplace romance. It follows a girl who's Native American, but she struggles to get a job because of it, so she decides to put on there that she's just a straight American, which is technically like the first lie she makes in the book. Apparently she just keeps lying throughout the whole book. I feel like that sounds so questioning. Like it says liar, liar, heart on fire. This one had me questioning when I first read the book and realized they're Native Americans. It wasn't there like a whole comment about Native Americans and being a liar, and then there's a book about it. Again, I probably am just waffling. I never did any research to check whether that was actually a thing. So we have The Truth According to Amber, workplace romance, and she also has a romance with the guy who is actually a Native American. Aside to like not be as excited about this one as much, it's also blurred by Emily Henry. I think it's gonna be one that I'll read if it gets picked up in my TBR. We have Zora Brooks, Her Happily Ever After. This was 50p in the store along with the other one that I read, Savvy Sheldon Feels Good as Hell. I thought it was a steal. I wanted to take it home to see how I felt. Unfortunately, Savvy Sheldon didn't do it for me as much. I liked her circle in the book. I did find that she was a little bit whiny for me. She was a little bit like a bit too insecure for my liking, but I get characters, they need somewhere to go. They need some sort of character development. I found it a little bit annoying, so which kind of put me off the next book. But I feel like she gives me more confident vibes, like just how she's looking on the cover and the fact that there's two guys. I feel like she's gonna be a bit more confident, so I think this one might be one that's more enjoyable. Plus she owns a bookstore, which sounds really. I also have Thanks for Sharing. This is another one that I picked up, and I think I got this one for like 50p or £1, something like that, and the blurb did sound really interesting. This one follows basically two exes who used to date when they were teenagers. They shared their first kiss. He broke her heart. They move on from that, part ways. Then they end up getting seated on the plane next to each other. It goes horrifically. They are at each other's throats. It's just bad, but they're thinking, you know what, whatever, I never have to see this person again, until they go to work and realize they get forced to work together on a work project. So we got Second Chance, we got a little bit of workplace rivalry. Like it just sounds like it would be a good read. I love going through the books on the cart again. It gets me all excited. I look forward to them. We have some romances which I talked about in my 26 picks again. The Neighbor Favor and A Life Chloe Brown, two books that I don't need to talk about because I know I will be reading. Look at me. I will be reading this year. Tally Hilbert book and a Christina Forrest book. I don't care. They will be read. The Neighbor Favor. The Neighbor Favor follows two people that are messaging online, and then they kind of like realize they live next to each other. Something along them lines. I don't care. Want to read it. I've heard too much good things. And then we also have Get a Life Chloe Brown, which follows a girl who almost dies and decides she wants to create a list. It's a bad boy that apparently she doesn't even like to help her out. So excited about. And oh my goodness. I'm going to be talking about a lot of books, guys. I feel like I'm realizing how many books I have to talk about right now. So I hope you are comfy and sat and you're with a drink or something something because we got a lot of books here. We also have Just for the Summer, which is another one that I was so excited about. When I seen this in the store for £1, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. Another one that I can't wait to read. However, I've heard people say the reason why this one hit so much for them was because they read the first 2 books. I don't know if I'm going to do that. If I was making one of those videos that was like things I'm leaving in 2025, I think it would be reading books in order. And at the same time, I don't really mean that at all. This is why I want to make that video. I can't stick to what I'm saying. I don't think I want to do that at all. But I'm sick of always putting off books because I want to read them in this type A about me is annoying. I don't want to have to read everything in order, but at the same time, I love doing it because it makes the next book bang. If I can grab the audiobooks for the first 2, then I'll listen to it before summer. But if not, I'm jumping straight into this dry. It follows 2 people that can't catch a break. Every time they date somebody and then they break up, those people run off and find their forever person. And they're like, what the hell? Am I cursed? Talking about it online. I think it's like on a Reddit or something like that. And they both are like, oh my goodness, that's me, that's me. And they're like, you know what? Let's link up and break up first, which sounds very dangerous to me. That's what happens in there. I guess they have a whole summer romance. Please don't try that at home. Then we have the Magnolia Parks universe, which is another one I ran to the store and bought because I was like, oh my goodness, I'm gonna get in my Magnolia Parks bag. Still haven't got there. I can tell you this year, I'm at least reading book 1. You can hold me to that. I will be reading book 1 this year. What it's about, it follows BJ and Magnolia Parks. Very toxic. Then we have the next book, which follows Daisy Haight, who is one of her best friends, I believe. That one kind of turns into mafia apparently. So you have like Gossip Girl but in London vibes, and then all of a sudden it goes into mafia. Don't know why books always do that, but they just seem to do that. Magnolia Parks, Daisy Hates. Magnolia Parks, The Long Way Home. Daisy Hates, The Great Undoing. And Magnolia Parks, Into the Darkness. I believe the series is actually not finished. I think people are still waiting, and I think people have been waiting a very long time. So honestly, I'm not in any rush, but I will get to the first one. I want to know what's happening. I just want to be a part of the gang. Where am I putting these now? Oh, the cart is looking so empty. It's so weird. One of the reasons why I really want to clear this cart is because I miss having my books like on a shelf. And as much as I love Cartisha, she's so cute. Like, I mean, right now she's looking a little bit thin. It's so nice to see her, but she always gets pushed in a little corner. It's really good for your TBR, but when all the books you own are basically your TBR, it's not ideal. I want them on a shelf now, so yeah, I need to get those shelves back up. We have A. Kennedy, Good Boy. This is another one I got for £1. I've only read one of her books, and it was Body Check or something like that. Super spicy, but I did enjoy it. This, obviously, the name is Good Boy. It's gonna give the same vibes. It says, we're way more than friends, Jessie. No worries, I'll just sit tight until you figure that out. Ooh. Hosting her brother's wedding for an NPV guest list is the challenge for Jessie Canning's life. She's already the family screw up who can't afford to fail this too, especially after a colossal mistake she made with the best man during a weak moment last spring. Nobody, absolutely nobody can find out about that, and there will be no repeats. Okay, that's gonna be a spicy read. I think I'm gonna enjoy that as long as I pick it up on the right time, probably during ovulation. And then we also have Christina Lauren, The Paradise Problem. I don't know what this book's about. I've seen people say good things about it, so I'm not worried about it. Best-selling Unhoneymoon. Oh, it's Unhoneymoon. So what, they have a divorce in this book? The blurb is not interesting me enough, so I'm gonna move on. Then we have Okay, which I picked up purely because I thought she looked like an African warrior and I just wanted it. It's an extension from the Marvel movie. I think she goes to New York, realizes how bad down there, and she decides she's gonna make change, something along them lines. Not sure. I wonder if I ever get to that. Like, I'm gonna have to put a specific prompt in there that's gonna make me pick that up because I never gravitate to it. We won't go into dark romance yet. We'll do the hardbacks at the top since there's majority romantasy at the top. Not romantasy, romance. We have Sweet Heat, which is a library book, so I won't talk about this one, but I'm tempted to. I have Happy Place, which is another high contender I want to read, and I'm very excited to get to. After reading Funny Story, I feel like Happy Place and Funny Story are the 2 that I was gonna love the most. Obviously, I haven't read this yet, but I'm very sure I'm gonna love this one. This is another book I bought secondhand. I am realizing I am a bargain hunting, thrift shopping type of girl. You're like, what is going on? Look how fresh that book is. I've bought a lot of books secondhand. Look how fresh this is. I'm not gonna lie, I have been stung, so there's a couple over there that are just looking horrendous, which maybe I'll show you guys at the end if you're still around at that point, because I'm yapping for days now. Happy Place, from what I remember, follows a couple who break up, but they always go on this couples trip with a bunch of other people, and they're not ready to tell them they broke up, so they decide to fake that they're still together on the trip so that they don't ruin the whole mood. It's kind of like a second chance, I suppose. We also have Tia Williams' 7 Days in June, which again follows 2 writers who believe that are writing to each other through their books. Another one I can't wait to get to that has been on my shelf for so long. This one I can tell you I would definitely get £2 for. I don't think any of the other ones that I've recently talked about I can get £2 because they're kind of new. I think I'm literally going to read this in June because I'm weird. We also have obviously Fearless and Fearful. I'm not talking about this. I refuse to talk about it. I feel like I'm not allowed to because I spent too many videos talking about this book and I still haven't got to it. It's Fearless, the 3rd book in the Powerless trilogy. Oh, I almost forgot. Summer in the City. This is another book I got for £1. Oh my goodness, I can't. I'm telling you, I'm a sucker for a deal. Look at the book though. Look at the cover. It's so cute. It's all gold. It also has like the little maps inside of the city, which I can't wait to get into. It's got like a New York cab, so I'm guessing it's based in New York. I don't know what this book follows. I've just heard people say he does too much in it. Let's read what it's about. It says 27-year-old screenwriter Ellie has a chance of the lifetime to write a big budget movie set in New York City. The only problem, she has writer's block for months and the screenplay is due by the end of the summer. Desperate for inspiration, Ellie returns to NYC, the city she hates, and tries to throw herself into writing. But then she meets her new neighbor, Parker Warren. He's the city's favorite handsome tech billionaire, and he's also the guy Ellie hooked up with in the stairwell 2 years ago. When seeing him again turns into a night of hated-fueled writing, Ellie really realizes Parker might just be her twisted muse. That sounds interesting to me. So when Parker needs a fake, steady relationship during his company's acquisition, and Ellie needs to research a list of classic date spots in the city for her screenplay, they suddenly find that they might be exactly what each of us needs. Summer always ends, and so will this agreement. It's all pretend until it isn't. Okay, I feel like that just gave me the whole story. I feel like that sounds fun. So that's what this map is. So I'm guessing the map is like all the spots they go on their date. Oh, that's gonna be really cute. So this is like heavily based in New York. I like the idea of New York. I don't think I'd ever want to live there, but I definitely do want to go and experience it for once. Now, last but not least, we have the bottom shelf. The bottom shelf is full of thriller, fantasy, and dark romance. We have the Never After series, which is a bunch of twisted retellings of Disney movies. The ones I have left: Frost, Twisted, and Wretched. I don't remember what Disney movie Wretched is based on. Twisted is Aladdin, which I'm really excited to get to. And then we have Crossed, which is it the Hunchback of Notre Dame? I'll put them on screen. I can't remember what they follow. All dark romance is basically where the villain gets the girl in the story. Then we have another dark romance, which is the Brutal Birthright series, which follows a mafia family. I remember reading the first book and really loving it. I haven't picked these up in a while, so I don't know if I can be bothered anymore. But you get little pictures in these books, which I think is really fun. So we have the Gallows and the Griffins, basically, and you follow them, two families. I remember being really excited about the first book, which is why I bought the whole series, and I can't remember why. I do really want to get into them so I can remember why I was obsessed with it. So the second book is The Stolen Heir. Then we have Savage Lover, Bloody Hearts, Broken Vows, and Heavy Crown. Another author though I've heard some controversy about, but let's just put that behind me. We have the Cruel Prince trilogy, The Folk and the Air. I feel like I bought ahead of time when I probably shouldn't have, because I haven't touched the first book. In fact, oh my days! You know how long I've been looking for this little bookmark? Anyway, so we have Cruel Prince. I don't know what it follows. We have The Queen of Nothing, The Wicked King. I think it's kind of romantic-y, kind of political romance. Also, people have said not to think of them as any of those things, so I don't know. A lot of people have been telling me to read this. If you guys want this in a reading vlog, then tell me. If you want any of these in a reading vlog, then comment down below. I feel like it might help me push it to the top of the list and give it a chance. Or maybe just finally DNF it. There's just so many fantasies I want to read, and there's so many to decide in me that I want to get to. Six of Crows. I just realized at the front it says 6 dangerous outcasts, 1 impossible heist. When I think of heist, all I can think about is money heist. That's gonna be fun, and I think it's mixed in with fantasy. Majority of people commented under the 26 picks video that I posted saying Six of Crows 100% read it. I also got the go ahead to skip and just read this and not waste time trying to read Shadow and Bone, which honestly, if I love this and I feel like I want to go back, I will. But I am officially going to jump ahead and read Six of Crows, so I'm very excited about that. Now we kind of enter thriller. So we have Do Not Disturb by Frida McFadden, which I believe follows a woman who gets snowed off the road and then ends up having to stay in this motel. She keeps seeing the owner's ex-wife through the window. Don't know what that's about. We have The Housemaid's Secrets, which is the second book to The Housemaid. I gave The Housemaid 5 stars. I don't know what this follows, and I couldn't tell you anyway because I think it might spoil the first book. Then we also have The Silent Patient, which follows who was living a perfectly normal life until she shot her husband 5 times and just hasn't spoke since. So that's all the thriller I own. I don't have much thriller books. That's all the books on the cart, so we can clean that up. I'm gonna quickly clean this cart up real quick, and then we'll go through the next ones that I have over there. Dust is gone. The foundation stains have left the building. We're gonna go through some of the books that I got gifted for Christmas. And when I say got gifted, I kind of bought them myself. Last year when I first got into reading, I told my family, hey, who wants to check out my basket for Christmas? Everyone was excited. They ran, they threw money at me. I'll check it out. I'll check it out. Oh, send me all the books you want. I want to buy them for Christmas. So this year, obviously, I'm thinking they're going to come with the same enthusiasm. So I'm like, hey guys, who wants to check out my basket? Nobody responds. I'm like, okay, it's a busy period of life. I'll just check out the basket and let them know so they can reimburse when they're ready. I'm still waiting on the message. I'm still waiting on everyone to say, hey, I'll get it for you. I'll cover your basket. Nobody answered. So technically I bought all these books myself. But yeah, the whole time I thought I was going to be gifted these books. I was very, very incorrect. I just bought myself a bunch of books basically for Christmas. I ain't mad at it. I could combine it with my birthday, even though I told myself that the Kobo was the purchase for. If I'm honest, I kind of cheated because I knew I really wanted these books on my cart, and I knew I was going to start this series and I wasn't going to be allowed to buy any more books. So I just bought them before the cart. I cheated, okay. I I snuck out on the technicality. Let me go through some of the books that I already have read that I purchased because I wanted it on the shelf. So I got Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan. If you guys know, this was a 5-star read for me. I read it on Kindle Limited when I was on holiday. Buying this book, I can't remember his name. Is it like Josiah or something? I don't remember. He was an amazing dad in my opinion. I really enjoyed their story. It follows a divorced couple who break up for a tragic reason, and basically they have kids together, so they're kind of managing that together. The reason why they divorced, unfortunately, because somebody who was talking about it on the internet decided to say what the trigger warning was, and honestly it's probably really helpful for some people. For me, I was kind of annoyed. So I went into it already knew it was gonna happen, so it didn't hit me as much as it probably would have, because I knew it was gonna be what happened. I just bought this so I could add it onto my Kennedy Ryan collection. I also bought a signed copy of Honey and Spice. Let me tell you, do you know how much I bought this book for? £1.50. What the actual hell? I bought this for £1.50. I'm telling you, second hand, and it's, look how fresh it is. It literally, the girl that was selling it was like, she's never read it, she never got around to it, but like she's like, she wants to give it to a happy home. I said, she's found her happy home. It's me. I am the happy home. Look, it's okay. It's got it's a little beat up on the edge, but it's not a problem. I actually already have a version of this book, but the jacket is really destroyed. And when I seen this for 50p and it was signed, I had to purchase. So I'm gonna give mine away. But yeah, I'm so happy to have that. So those are the 2 books that I've already read that I've got in my collection. I can't wait to actually add Sweet Heat to my collection. I will be buying that one. I think I'm just gonna pay the full price because I literally got this for £1.50. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, let me just support the author and buy the actual book new. So anyway, let's see what we got. Let's start with fantasy. I think I'm gonna put fantasy on this shelf. I have 2 books out of the Legendborn trilogy. I'm so excited to get to these. I just know there's something to do with Flying Demon. There's a Resistance. I've read the comments and everyone's like, Legendborn, you will not regret it. It's an amazing book. I'm gonna put it there. Fayborn, since we're doing all the fantasies. These again were books that I got second hand. I got all 3 of them for £7. Faybound follows a bunch of fays. I literally read this like last week and I can't remember what I think it follows some girls that get banished from the human round and then they end up in the Faybounds and something happens to them. It's adult romantasy and it's black romantasy, which I'm excited for. We also have Blood Trials by N.E. Davenport. This is another one I don't know. Appeal to Remove Me. It says Illumicra exclusive. Another one I got secondhand. It has the author's signature in there, but it's one of the ones that's stuck inside. Illumicra exclusive. This one follows a girl that I think she enlists herself into the trials. It's got magic technology. There's a rebellion. So let me get the rest of the fantasy over here on the shelf. Is that it? Is that all the fantasy I have? I think that's all the fantasy I actually have on my shelf. Oh my goodness, I have so much more room to get into some more fantasy. Over here we have some impulsive over here we have some impulsive purchases that I made in the shopping center. I found these books in like Aldi for some reason for £3 and I thought, oh my goodness, I have to grab them. They were listed as BookTok books. We got Verity. Why I picked up another Colin Hoover book, I don't know, but I remember everyone talking very highly about this one. This is a lot of people's favorite. It's a thriller, and as you can see, I don't have much thriller on my shelf. So in fact, let's scoop all the thriller. So yeah, as you can see, we don't have much thriller on the shelf. She's growing, which is great for us. Or should I put, actually I think I want thriller and fantasy next to each other. I might rearrange that so the colour scheme looks a bit better. But anyway, I picked up Say You Swear by Megan Brandy, and it wasn't one that was like on the top of my TBR that I was looking out for. I just seen it in there and couldn't resist. That's a thick one as well, a big dedication. So if you guys really love this, then let me know. I've heard a lot of good stuff about it, but it was a few years ago when people were really hyped about it. I also got Wild Love by Elsie Silver. I've been wanting to start the Rose Hill series for a while, but I just haven't. I've just been in my fantasy bag, so I didn't mind putting it off. But once I seen it in there for like £3, I couldn't resist. So we will be back on our Elsie kick very soon, but I'm gonna put them on the back. We have another thriller here by Frieda. I don't know how to say her name. It follows the only 2 black students in a predominantly white private school. The things that their peers do to try and bring them down is horrendous, and it's eye-opening, and it's also gonna leave you side-eyeing like everybody else around you, which I don't know if I need in my life, but I also can't resist to read it. These type of storylines, not to like overshare, but you know. It was a whole lot. Why am I talking about this again? Yeah, basically reading books about this stuff, it just gets really heavy sometimes. Let me focus. Let's go for romance. We have Can't Get Enough by Kennedy Ryan. This was in my 10 Before the End, and we also have Take a Hint, Danny Brown, which is the second book in the Brown Sisters series. Both of these I got secondhand. This is one where I fell. This page looks horrific. Honestly, I'm realizing buying secondhand from Amazon is where I kind of get all the ones that, you know, are a little bit mash up, but buying secondhand anywhere else I get like way better condition. But I think that's because you get to see the books. You use like vintage, you can say, hey, send me another image of this page, whereas Amazon you just kind of get a surprise package. I'll put them on the back here with the rest of the romances. And then we have finally 2 fiction books for my shelf, because I never have fiction on the shelf. I don't know where I should put them. I wonder if I should split them. I think I might put them here, you know. We have Blue Sisters and we have Yellow Face, 2 books that I'm really excited to get into. Yeah, that's not gonna fit there. Oh, I don't know where to put them now. That's all the new books I got. So I'm gonna try now put all these on the cart in a way that I like. Okay, we landed on the layout. I've never seen my cart so full. Okay, so this is the final look that I've gone with the cart. I put all the hardbacks on the top, of course, because they don't fit down below. I'm still deciding what I'm going to be putting in here. So I have some tabs, and the bookmarks are normally in here, but they're obviously being used. On here we have romance. So we got all the Magnolia Parks and the rest of books. I wanted to do like a little rainbow effect, but I didn't want to split the books up from the series. And then the bottom shelf, we have more romance again. I did keep all the authors together, as you can see, Colin Hoover, Ali Hazelwood. I had to stick Yellow Face on the side because there is no room for fiction, which you'll see. I had to put the other literary fiction on the bottom shelf. Where is it gone? Oh, here it is, Blue Sisters, because it was not fitting anywhere else. Anyway, so at the bottom we have dark romances. I feel like the Twisted series is a little bit dark. It's not dark like these ones, but like it's kind of got that vibe. And then over here we have some more romance books which wouldn't fit on the other shelf, which I just stuck down here. We have our thriller into fantasy. Again, I feel like I need to switch these around so the color schemes look nicer. I think I should move these books because they got a bit of red in them in the middle, and then put the white ones on the... In fact, I'm going to do that right now. Okay, did that do anything, or was that all in my head? I feel like it was all in my head. Yeah, I think that... I feel like maybe Ace should go over here because this has a blue tint, and then this should go... Oh my gosh, I'm being so extra, but I'm going to switch them around. Did that do anything now? Okay, I'm not doing anything else anymore. I'm being so extra. That's the layout for fantasy, and that's the cart basically. She is cute as always, but she's tucked in this corner again. That's all the books on the cart, so I'm very excited to get into this. I'll keep track of you guys every month with the Clear the Cart series, and we'll see how we're doing. Let me know any of the books you want me to read off this cart in a reading vlog, and also comment down below some TBR jar prompts that I can add. Girlies, I hope you enjoyed this. The next video will be the TBR jar video, so don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!